Howdy friends, Brian Fleshik here of Mad River Outfitters, and welcome to another one of our fly tying tutorials. And today I'm going to talk to you about one of the most basic of all fly tying tools, and that's your bobbin. A bobbin is one of the first things that you're going to want to invest in. Pretty simple piece of gear really, but there are some different options that I want to walk you through, and then I'll show you how to put it together. Here at the shop we carry several different brands of bobbins. The Griffin brand of bobbins tends to be my favorites, although Dr. Slick makes some great ones and Renzetti makes some good ones also. But I typically use the Griffin Supreme Ceramic bobbin. And the ceramic part is the tube of the bobbin that your thread comes through is lined with ceramic. Believe it or not, over time thread can cut into the cheap metal, quite frankly, that these are made out of, and that ceramic lining helps prevent the thread from cutting into it, and those little cuts or burrs can eventually wind up cutting your thread and be very frustrating. Dr. Slick has some titanium bobbins. They're also ceramic lined, and then Renzetti makes some really fine bobbins that are ruby tipped. They actually have a polished ruby at the tip to prevent cutting your thread and what have you. But this is called the Supreme Ceramic. The other bobbin that I use from Griffin is very similar to this one, where it's a little squat, a little fatter type of thing, which allows me to really get a heavier hand and put a lot more torque on and I think that's called the Magnum bobbin that you want to look for. But really pretty simple. These bobbins from Griffin, as well as the Renzetti, the Dr. Slicks, they all contain Delrin or some kind of nylon foot which helps the rotation of the thread. But if you stick with any of those brands, I'm sure there's plenty of them out there. It just so happens these are what we carry at the shop. But the way you set up a bobbin is you open up the flanges and snap your spool into place. Okay? Now threading that bobbin, it used to be the old-fashioned way. You'd put that up in, suck it through, but there is such thing as called a Bobbin Threader. And a Bobbin Threader is just a simple piece of fine wire that's been looped. This particular one I've had for a long time. Griffin makes a really good product called the Bobbin Threader and Cleaners as well. Believe it or not, over time the wax on your waxed fly tying thread can build up on the inside of a bobbin, and the Griffin kit that contains this and some cleaners allows you to kind of poke it out and clean out some of that wax. But when I was a kid, we used to just take guitar strings, fold them over, and glue them to a piece of cork, and that was our Bobbin Threader. But these days you can buy these for a couple of dollars, and I think I've had this one for probably 15 or 20 years now. But you just slide that looped wire down through the tip of the bobbin, and then you insert your thread through that loop and then pull your thread through. Couldn't be simpler, and your bobbin is threaded. Now, getting your bobbin set up with the proper amount of tension, you can actually pull on these kind of flanges or these feet and open this thing up a little bit, or vice versa, you can squeeze it in so it's a little bit tighter. But you want this bobbin set up so where it's not so loose that it just unravels and hits the table, but you also don't want it so tight that when you pull on it, it breaks your thread. As a matter of fact, this bobbin right out of the package is a little bit tight. I just kind of flex it a little bit, and boom, I get better, smoother rotation of the thread. So there's Bobbins 101, all the basics you need to know, but certainly holding your thread is something that you're going to need help with. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.